Welcome back to our channel, Millionaires Made Here. Today, we have a special treat for all of you who aspire to financial freedom. We're going to take a deep dive into the world of trading, specifically for beginners. But before we do that, we have some precious insights from a man who needs no introduction, Dave Ramsey. He's a personal money management expert, a successful entrepreneur, and the author of 7 best-selling books. Dave has helped millions of people achieve financial freedom through his radio show, books and seminars. In this episode, we'll be sharing his valuable insights about debt and investment. So, if you're tired of living paycheck to paycheck, unsure of how to escape the cycle of debt, or simply looking for ways to maximize your income, this is the video for you. Stick around as we unravel the secrets to financial success and wealth accumulation, starting with understanding the trap of debt. Let's get started. Do you ever feel like you're working hard just to pay off your debts? Are you familiar with the saying that the borrower is a slave to the lender? It's more than a saying, it's a reality many of us face. Because when you're indebted, your income, your most powerful wealth-building tool, isn't really yours. It's committed to payments, to everyone else but you. Let's take a moment to think about this concept. The borrower is a slave to the lender. It's a harsh reality, but it's true. You work hard, you earn, yet your income is already earmarked for debt repayment. It's like running on a treadmill. You're working hard, but you're not really going anywhere financially. Now, let's consider the power of your income. It's more than just a means to survive. It's your most powerful tool for wealth accumulation. When not committed to debt payments, your income has the potential to grow, to multiply, to create wealth. It becomes a tool for investment, not just for consumption. Let's illustrate this with an example. The average car payment in America today is $500. That's money that's committed every month, not to wealth building, but to debt repayment. It's a substantial chunk of one's income that's tied up, that's not available for other uses. But what if we could redirect that $500? What if instead of committing it to a car payment, you could invest it? Let's say you invest that $500 in a decent growth stock mutual fund from the age of 30 to 70. Do you know how much you'd have by the end of it? Over $5 million. Yes, you heard that right. Over $5 million. And that's just from one car payment. Imagine if you could apply that principle to all your debts. That's the power of investing over debt. It's the difference between being a slave to the lender and being the master of your wealth. So, isn't it time we change our approach to debt and income? Isn't it time we make our income work for us, not our lenders? Imagine if you could invest that $500 car payment in a growth stock mutual fund from age 30 to 70, you'd have over $5 million. That's the power of investing over debt. Have you ever thought about how being debt-free can change your life? It's like taking a deep breath of fresh air after being underwater for too long. The freedom that comes with it is invigorating, the relief palpable. Imagine this. You're no longer shackled by the chains of monthly payments. Your income, your most powerful wealth-building tool, is finally yours to control. It's no longer promised to lenders or creditors. Instead, it's committed to you and to your future. The possibilities become boundless. Now let's take it a step further. Consider your family tree. Generations past may have been burdened by debt, but you, with your newfound financial freedom, have the power to change that narrative. Your decision to live debt-free can create a ripple effect, influencing your children, your grandchildren, and generations to come. It's not just about changing your life, but also about changing their lives. And then there's retirement. Retirement should be a time of rest and enjoyment, not a time of stress and financial strain. Living debt-free allows you to retire with dignity. Instead of worrying about how to stretch your pension or social security checks, you can focus on making the most of your golden years. You can travel, pursue hobbies, or even start that business you've always dreamed of. But here's the catch. Living debt-free requires intentionality. It's not something that simply happens. It's a choice, a commitment, a lifestyle. It's about deciding that you won't be a slave to lenders. It's about choosing to invest in your future instead of paying for your past. It's about prioritizing your financial freedom over immediate gratification. In essence, getting out of debt is the shortest way to invest and build wealth. By freeing your income, you enable it to work for you rather than for someone else. You create opportunities for growth and prosperity that simply wouldn't exist otherwise. Getting out of debt is not just about financial freedom, but about living purposefully. It's about making choices today that your future self will thank you for and paving the way for a legacy of financial independence. So, ask yourself, are you ready to experience the power of debt-free living? Have you ever noticed that the financial industry seems to focus more on investments than on getting out of debt? It's as though the entire financial world has a peculiar case of tunnel vision, fixated almost exclusively on one part of the equation, the investment part, while turning a blind eye to the debt side. Imagine walking into a car dealership and the salesperson starts talking about the horsepower, the luxurious leather seats, the advanced gadgetry, but conveniently skips over the price tag. That's essentially what the financial industry is doing. They're selling us the dream of wealth and prosperity through investments, while ignoring the elephant in the room, our debt. What's even more baffling is the sheer number of theories floating around in the industry. It's a veritable alphabet soup of strategies, each one claiming to be the golden ticket to financial success. But here's the kicker. A significant portion of these financial advisors, these self-proclaimed experts, are themselves struggling with money. They're like chefs who can't cook, teachers who can't read. They have opinions about money, but ironically, they don't have any of their own. But it doesn't stop there. Let's delve a little deeper into the rabbit hole. These financial advisors predominantly cater to the wealthy, the top 3% of the public. It's where their bread is buttered. If you're not part of that elite club, they're not interested in talking to you. They're not interested in helping you climb the financial ladder. They only want to help those who are already at the top. These advisors are more interested in managing wealth rather than creating it. They're more interested in the size of your portfolio rather than the size of your debt. And that's where the problem lies. They're focusing on the wrong end of the spectrum. They're putting the cart before the horse. And then there's the question of their track record. How successful have they been in teaching people to invest? Unfortunately for many, the answer is not very. They're great at talking the talk, but when it comes to walking the walk, they stumble. They promise the moon, but often deliver only dust. It's a sad state of affairs when the people we're supposed to trust with our money, the people who are supposed to guide us on the path to financial prosperity, are themselves lost in the wilderness. It's like the blind leading the blind, and we're the ones left stumbling in the dark. So what's the solution? Well, the first step is to shift the focus from investment to debt reduction. The second step is to seek advice from those who have not only theoretical knowledge, but practical experience and a proven track record of success. It's alarming how many financial advisors offer advice without having personal financial success or a proven track record. It's time we stopped listening to the siren song of these misguided advisors and started charting our own path to financial freedom. After all, the journey to wealth begins not with investing, but with getting out of debt. Before we continue, let's take a breather. If you're finding this content valuable, please consider subscribing to our channel. Your support helps us create more educational content like this. As we've discussed, the financial industry is often more focused on investments than on helping you manage and eliminate your debt. And while we've started to touch on the secrets of successful investing, remember that it's equally important to take control of your debt. That's the first step on your journey to financial freedom. So, take a moment to reflect on your debt situation. Are you letting your debt control you, or are you ready to take control of your debt? Are you ready to say no more to the misguided advice and start charting your own path? Remember, the journey to wealth starts with getting out of debt and continues with smart, informed investing. So, stay tuned as we reveal more secrets to successful investing in the next scene. But for now, take this moment to commit to taking control of your financial journey. Subscribe, share, and join us on this journey to a debt-free and financially prosperous life. So, what does successful investing look like? It's not about chasing the latest trends or jumping on the bandwagon of the next big thing. It's about a disciplined, informed approach that leverages time and consistent growth. For me, that approach involves a keen focus on good growth stock mutual funds. Now, I know you might be thinking, what are these and why are they so special? Let's dive a little deeper. Growth stock mutual funds are a type of investment that pools money from many investors to buy shares in a diverse range of companies that are expected to grow at an above-average rate. What makes these funds attractive is the fact that they allow you to own a piece of several growth-oriented companies, spreading out your risk while still offering the potential for robust returns. But not all growth stock mutual funds are created equal. My personal strategy involves spreading investments across 4 types of these funds: growth and income, growth, aggressive growth, and international. Each of these types has its unique characteristics and advantages. Growth and income funds, for instance, invest in established companies that not only grow over time but also pay dividends. These are the steady eddies of the investment world, offering a balance of growth and income. Then there are growth funds. These funds invest in companies that may not pay dividends but have significant potential for capital appreciation. They're a bit more volatile than growth and income funds, but they can also provide larger returns. Aggressive growth funds take it a step further. They're the adrenaline junkies of the investment world, focusing on high-growth, high-risk companies. While they can be a roller coaster ride, they can also lead to significant gains. Finally, international funds add a layer of geographical diversification, investing in companies outside your home country. This can provide exposure to growing markets around the globe and further spread your risk. But here's the thing, I don't just pick any fund in these categories. I look for mutual funds that have at least a 10-year track record. Why? Because history tends to repeat itself. A fund that has consistently performed well over a decade is more likely to continue that trend than a fund that's only been around for a year or 2. It's about harnessing the power of compound interest over the long term, not getting rich quick. So, there you have it. Successful investing isn't about trying to time the market or finding the next unicorn startup. It's not about following the crowd or getting swept up in the latest financial fad. It's about making informed decisions based on proven track records, spreading your risk across different types of investments, and letting time do its magic. Successful investing isn't about following the crowd. It's about making informed decisions based on proven track records. Are index funds the best investment choice? This is a question that often buzzes in the mind of investors. Index funds are a type of mutual fund or exchange-traded fund with a portfolio constructed to match or track the components of a financial market index, such as the Standard & Poor's 500 index, S&P 500. Essentially, they mirror the market. When you invest in an index fund, you're investing in a broad swath of the market. So what happens when the market goes up? Your index fund goes up. And what happens when the market goes down? You guessed it, your index fund goes down. It's like a financial mirror reflecting the performance of the market, both the good and the bad. Now let's compare this to the performance of specific mutual funds. Some people believe that investing in index funds is a safe and surefire way to secure steady returns. And in some cases, they're not wrong. Index funds can be a safe choice, especially for those who prefer to take a passive, hands-off approach to investing. But here's the catch. Index funds are not necessarily the best choice for outperforming the market. Yes, they'll give you the market's return, but they won't give you more than that. On the other hand, there are mutual funds that consistently outperform the S&P 500. These are the funds I choose to invest in. These funds are not mythical creatures hiding in the financial wilderness. They're not that hard to find. You just need to know where to look and what to look for. When you open up a fund prospectus, look at the graph. There will be 2 lines. One represents the S&P 500, the other represents the mutual fund's performance. If the mutual fund line is above the S&P 500 line, that's a fund worth considering. While index funds can be a safe choice, they aren't necessarily the best choice for outperforming the market. So how do you truly outperform the market? That's the question on everyone's mind, isn't it? We've been talking about the power of investing, the potential pitfalls, and how to navigate the financial landscape. Now it's time to delve into the specifics of a winning strategy. First, let's talk about mutual funds. These investment vehicles pool money from various investors to purchase a diversified portfolio of stocks, bonds, or other assets. One of the reasons mutual funds are popular is because of their potential to outperform the market, specifically the S&P 500. But what does it mean to outperform the market? Simply put, it means that the return on your investment is higher than the average return of the S&P 500, a common benchmark for the overall US stock market. If the S&P 500 has a return of 10% in a given year, and your mutual fund has a return of 12%, then your fund has outperformed the market. Now, not all mutual funds manage to outperform the S&P 500. And this is where your investment strategy comes into play. You want to invest in funds that have a proven track record of beating the market. So how do you find these funds? You start by looking at a document called a prospectus. This is a formal legal document that provides details about an investment offering for sale to the public. It should contain everything you need to know about the fund, including its investment strategy, risks, performance history, and more. If you open up a mutual fund's prospectus, you'll find a graph that plots the fund's performance over time. There are two lines on this graph. One line represents the performance of the S&P 500, and the other line represents the performance of the mutual fund. If the mutual fund line is consistently above the S&P 500 line, that's a good sign. It means the fund has a history of outperforming the market. But remember, past performance is not a guarantee of future results. It's important to also consider other factors, such as the fund's fees, the experience and strategy of the fund managers, and your own investment goals and risk tolerance. One last point: diversification is key. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Spread your investments across different types of funds: growth and income, growth, aggressive growth, and international. This way you're not relying on the performance of a single fund or a single type of asset. Outperforming the market isn't about luck or complexity. It's about making informed and strategic choices. It's about understanding the tools at your disposal, knowing how to use them, and being patient. Remember, investing is a long-term game. Keep a level head, stay informed, and you'll be well on your way to financial success. Before we wrap up, let's reflect on what we've learned. Outperforming the market is not a sprint, it's a marathon. It takes time, patience, and the right knowledge to make informed decisions. The path to financial success is not a straight line. There will be ups and downs, but the key is to remain focused, keep learning, and adapt your strategy when necessary. Don't forget the importance of diversification in your investment portfolio, and always be aware of the risks associated with your investments. Remember, it's not about how much money you make, but how much you keep, how hard it works for you, and how many generations you keep it for. Investing is a journey, and like any journey, it's important to keep learning and growing along the way. The financial industry is constantly evolving, and so should your understanding of it. Finally, let's remember that wealth is not the only measure of success. It's important to invest in your relationships, your health, and your personal growth. After all, the greatest investment you can make is in yourself. Thanks for joining us on this financial journey. We hope you found these insights valuable and that they empower you to make more informed decisions about your financial future. Remember, you're not alone on this journey. We're here to guide you every step of the way. So if you found this video useful, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us to continue providing high-quality content like this. See you in the next video, where we'll continue to demystify the world of finance and empower you to take control of your financial destiny. Until then, keep investing, keep learning, and keep growing. Let's not let our journey end here. You've gained knowledge and tools to take control of your financial destiny. Now, it's time to put them into action. Start by setting your financial goals and creating a plan to achieve them. Remember, every small step counts. Don't be discouraged by setbacks. They are part of the journey. Continue to learn, adapt, and grow. And remember, we are here to support you every step of the way. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel so you never miss an update. Keep the conversation going by leaving your comments, questions, or ideas for future videos in the comments section below. Your feedback is invaluable to us as it helps us create content that is most useful to you. Thank you for joining us on this journey to financial empowerment. Stay tuned for our next video, and until then, keep investing, keep learning, and keep growing. Remember, the journey to financial freedom starts with a single step. So take that step today. You are capable and you are not alone. Let's continue this journey together.